Hello everyone, Wellzamga Aimer here, coming at you again with episode 2 of How to Not Fail at LFR. Last time, as you should recall if you watched episode 1, we got to the first boss of Mogu'shan Vaults, and the lack of skill of the healers got me killed. Tends to happen, I mean it's LFR, but anyway. Now we got some trash around here that we're going to take care of first. And trash is a little, I don't know, overestimated, I think. People generally try to involve effort and strategy into trash when it is called trash for a reason. You kill it, take whatever they give you to the face, and that's how it goes. Now these guys are a perfect example. They have two fish-looking dudes over there throwing blue lines at them. Don't know what they do, but don't need to. And this big guy up here, as you can see kind of in the upper right-hand corner of my screen, just next to my mini-map on the bottom, there is a stone brick. What these guys do is they put out an AoE petrification. Once it reaches 10 stacks, it petrifies you, like, as you can see, I am petrified now. Now, people generally try and strategize to throw out the spells, because people don't like to be petrified. They find that to be detrimental to the element. You're not going to wipe. It doesn't matter. It's trash. Kill it. You're petrified for 20 seconds. Who cares? If you wipe on trash, you're just bad. It doesn't matter what mechanics they might have. So now we're going down the hallway to Elegon. Now the tanks aren't pulling them, so I'm going to go ahead and grab those guys over there. But I'm going to keep running so that nobody knows that they were pulled. Now, as you can see back there, some of the people noticed that they were pulled, but the rest of us are continuing to run. If anyone had noticed I pulled, they might have gotten jealous that I was adding such a fun mechanic of having two fights at once and having a raid split. Now, people get jealous a lot in LFR. It's kind of a continuing theme of these videos. So, I obviously don't want to get kicked because, hey, I mean, it's LFR. I like LFR. I don't want to get kicked. And I'm just providing more fun for everybody else, so there's no sense in getting kicked, especially not for something that adds fun to the game. So, the raid split right now, we're killing these guys, and not sure, I think a couple people have already mentioned that they were pulled, but it looks like no one noticed that it was me, so I'm safe. Again, had they noticed, it's not my fault. I'm just adding fun to the game. Alright, these guys are dead. Are we gonna, oh, I guess we're running back. I guess we're gonna clear them, because the other group couldn't take them down fast enough. That's the whole reason you split a raid, is so that one group handles this, the other group handles that, and then we're done. But no, we have to go back and kill them, because they couldn't handle it. At least none of them died. I'm actually kind of surprised about that. Usually if you're so bad that you couldn't down these guys with, what, a couple DPS and like one healer or something like that. I mean, if you're not good enough to down them in that time, I don't know. But, kind of miraculous that they're still alive. So, this guy's just about dead. Then we can finally start heading all the way back to the boss room. That there's more trash that we have to deal with. I'm sorry, I don't like the people who waste our time. Now, as you can see, some people are actually taking the Warlock portal to skip ahead, but as you'll see, the real use is to use it here and jump all the way back like that guy just did. That way you have to run the entire distance twice, and I don't know, some people find it a fun mechanic. I'm not going to argue with them. So, that happened. Now, this room is full, it's a very healer-heavy trash fight. As you can see, the tanks went in, pulled the entire room of mobs, as they are supposed to. And these guys do a fancy move that knocks you back and like increases the damage you take. So both tanks are going to stack in the same place and take them right against the wall. So I don't know. When you take them against the wall, you don't get knocked back, and that's a serious mechanic dodge. It's almost exploitive, and it just takes the fun out of it. When you take advantage of things like walls that stop you from getting knocked back, it's borderline unethical, I guess, but I don't know. LFR is not the place for moral decisions. That's probably probably something you should definitely take out of these videos. But anyway, they're taking all the mobs together. The healers seem to be getting it together because we're all up and we're not dying. Now there's these guys who were sitting over here casting the whole time. The healers are supposed to be off DPSing these guys the whole time so that by the time we kill the other mobs, they're down. But, yeah, I'm not asking for a wonderful group here. Just one that doesn't fail. So, now we're going to start going into Elegon. Now, a really, really fun thing to do right before the fight is to see how close to the edge you can get without falling in. Now, lots of people don't take advantage of this because they're scared they're gonna fall to their deaths. And the thing with this fight is if you fall down, you're out of range of any res, so you have to run in yourself. But that's all the fun of dying in the hole. Now, throughout the fight, there's going to be a celestial floor here that increases your damage done, and when Elegon summons these orbs that you have to, well, you don't have to kill them, but sometimes people do because it makes the fight go a little quicker. Sometimes they just nuke the crap out of Elegon and completely ignore them. It's not like they're super helpful in increasing the damage Elegon takes from the raid or anything like that, so not necessary. There's that floor I mentioned. But anyway, after Elegon spawns those orbs, if one of them reaches the end, the floor then despawns a little over 6 seconds, I guess, of when the pillars actually come up. And getting off the floor is completely optional. I mean, you'll definitely die if you stay on, but you still don't have to get off. And if you've done this fight ever before, you know it's pretty obvious, and you know ahead of time that the floor is going to despawn. And if you have any boss mod not written by a 3-year-old who doesn't know what he's doing, it will tell you that the floor is going to despawn. But that is totally up to player discretion whether the 7 or 8 extra seconds of damage is worth it. So now Elegon is beginning to cast Draw Power, which is the ability that summons these orbs. Again, optional whether you want to kill them. I figure I might as well go for them. So there we go, number 1 is going down. I assume everyone else is attacking the other ones. Nope, no one's getting that one. That one is going up. And the floor despawns now with only one of the debuffs on Elegon. So we're going to go ahead and get off this time. I'm going to stand on there as long as I can before getting off. Now, what I just did there, wait a little while to use the extra damage I get from the floor till the end, but still getting off in a safe enough time, that is, I'll admit, that was pretty bad of me. You generally need to be decisive. Either you're staying on to attack him with the extra damage, or you're getting off to not attack him and help with the pillars. So, a little bit of a bad example there, but I told you about it, so I explained my wrongdoing, and hopefully you will never make that mistake. Now, those little thunderbolts that provide a pool of lightning for you. A ad pops out of them, and you know, you can stand in there if you need to ad as they come up and knock them damage. I mean, you take damage as soon as the lightning ball hits, but that's kind of irrelevant. Now we're going back to Elegon. We are attacking him, and we're just going to nuke the crap out of him. He spawns ads, but much like any boss fight, the ads are irrelevant, as are any and all mechanics of the fight. If any of these things were important, then the ads and mechanics would grant loot for successfully being completed or killed, because that's the only reason any of us do LFR or raid in any sense, really, is to get loot. I mean, you grind loot so that your character can wear fancy stuff, and so that they can get the rest of their new fancy loot much faster by having more DPS or tanking better, whatever. But loot's just a pretty thing to look at, but it's the only reason we're doing this. So Elegon is... what's he doing? I don't know. I don't need to pay attention, so I'm not going to. We're attacking him. There's a big fiery dude over there. I wonder if Ian Cat is still on YouTube. Maybe I should alt-tab over there. I don't know. I'll keep doing some damage. Now, here's the orbs again, so I'm going to go ahead and try and kill them. Hopefully this time we can actually get a group down, maybe get 2 extra debuffs on him, but kind of irrelevant. Nope, we're getting to the end. Alright, I think this time I'm going to go and kill Elegon. I will put my full faith in the wonderful healers that we have to keep me alive. So I'm blowing my cooldowns, and the floor despawned. Come on, healers. Okay. Now, that was quite clearly a failure on the healers. We had 2 priest healers. We had a priest DPS as well that could have done this, but I don't blame him because he's a DPS. He doesn't have to worry about anything. But 2 priest healers and a druid who could have symbiosised one of the priest healers and gotten Leap of Faith, they all completely failed. They saw me standing in the middle of the floor. They could have pulled me right on off. It's their responsibility to make sure I don't die, and they know that when the floor despawns, you fall, and they know that when you fall, you die. So this was clearly a failure of the baddie healers, but anyway, that is about it for this episode. I hope you all join me for the next one, and hopefully we'll have a better group. Thank you, and good night.